Hello and welcome to episode 19 of the TreeWalker Talks, Gypsy Blood. Alright, let's start off with our homestead update. Not a whole lot has changed here. We're still in the cycle of warm weather, mud, cold weather, frozen, mud, and more mud right now. So, not a whole lot happening out on the homestead itself, just because of that factor. Did get a couple things done, not a whole lot. Got my plan figured out. I guess this will kind of go with the projects too, but got the plan kind of figured out with what I'm going to do with the rabbitry so that I don't have to buy new cages. I do have several old cages that are in great shape, but I like to give my rabbits plenty of room. And the 2-foot by 2-foot cages, to me, especially if you're going to be having babies, that's just way too small. So I'm going to cut the ends off of 2 of them and join them, so then they'll have a 2-foot by 4-foot cage. To me, I think that's plenty of room. Gives them room to stretch and run around a little bit and stuff. Because, happy rabbits make happy babies, make happy food, right? Okay, so I am doing that. Let's see. Really, other than that, there's not much going on here. The puppy's doing fine. The older dog's doing fine. Me, I'm okay. We'll get to that more in the topic of the day, but any other projects going on? Not really. Still no real moving forward with any of the projects. I spent all last weekend over. My father had his knee replaced, so I spent it over with him. Give my brother a break from staying with him overnights and stuff because he's having a bad go of it to start off. So hopefully everything goes better. Okay, as you can tell, sorry if I got the sniffles, warmer weather again. Sinuses, yay. What's growing? Okay, we got the Walla onions are planted and they're in the grow tent. Nothing happening with those yet. We planted 3 types of basil. It would have been a sweet basil, and this is all from memory here. So sweet basil, a dark opal basil, and the Genovese basil. Planted the oregano too, Voltar oregano or whatever it is. And the azola is growing a little bit slower than I wanted to, but it's not like I don't have it out in the sun and it's not super warm. It's just when it's warm in here, and we keep the house between 68 and 70. So that's what's growing. Now let's get on to the topic. And like I said, I'm not editing this, so you're going to hear my stumbles and stuff, unless the dogs really start barking or something. But okay, I'm trying to keep it. It looks like it gets kind of quiet there. So I'll try to face the mic and talk a little bit better that way. So Gypsy Blood is the title of today's episode. That's what I like to call it. And I kind of sent out some feelers and mentioned it to other people. And it seems like a lot of people have this. And I do believe, a lot of it, call it cabin fever or whatever you want. But sometimes it goes a little bit deeper than that. And what I'm talking about is when you just have that feeling that you need to get out, you need to change your surroundings, you need to see something different, you need some adventure. Like I said, it could be cabin fever, but I get this way even in the summer sometimes when work is demanding and home life is demanding and the farm is demanding and you just need some time to go somewhere. I mean, once a year I go up mushroom hunting, and the last few years, either I haven't been able to go because of the COVID, or it's been for a shorter period of time. So I haven't really got to go out and explore up there and enjoy it. And back in 2019 was the last big trip I took, and I went up into Michigan. And if you've watched my TreeWalker channel, you've seen some of the video of it. I went up there to the UP in Michigan, but I went to the lower part, went to some falls there. Aquanaut Falls. I was trying to think of the name of it. It's the only named falls in the lower Michigan. And then the UP, I went up and saw some neat things. Didn't get to see a moose. I was hoping to kind of see a moose. There was some snow. And went to and I'm probably going to not say this right, but the Taquaminian Falls. And I was going to go further. But then I kind of thought, I'd like to save some of this, and I'd hope to bring the little missus up to view it and share it with, but doesn't seem like she's all that interested in going up. So next time, I guess we'll go and see more of the stuff. But Always busy with things. So you think about that and you look back at that, and then you just get this driving force that wants you to, go out and do something like that again. Go down a road you've never been down. Go see a water feature you've never been down. Maybe your Gypsy Blood, your adventure is to go to some mall you've never been. Not really fun to me, but, to each their own. Whatever it is, that drives you, makes you want to just go out. Winter, weather, and busyness can kind of drag you down and make you feel even more like you're trapped, but you want to go. And I think that's one of the big issues I've had here lately, because I have been down again, kind of hit a stretch of just not happy, go lucky perkiness. And when you hit that, it is hard to keep going. It's hard to do the chores. It's hard to keep the smile on your face and keep going. But you do. It's going to pass. One of the things, and if you're not, a religious person, that's great. I'm not pushing this on you. But one thing that has gotten me through some real dark times in my life is just the saying, this too shall pass. And it does come from the Bible, but it stretches throughout your whole life. Because I've gone through some real bad stuff. I mean, just things that would make people, want to give up. And it did make me want to give up. But then they just remembered that, and, this too shall pass. And guess what? Now I look back at those bad times, the dark times, and they're just a little bleep in the timeline of my life. I mean, here I am. So you just can't give in to the things. But, there's a podcast and TV show I listen to, and I can't tell you off the top of my head which one this is. I wish I could, because I'd like to give him credit. I do believe it might be... Oh, I got a puppy jumping on me. It might be... now I'm going to have to pull up my phone. You're going to have to listen to me do it, because I'm not going to edit this out. I'm going to look at my podcast, because I'm pretty sure I know which one it is, but my mind's kind of been escaping me lately because of things going on. I want to say it's the Constructive Liberty podcast. It might be him. If not, I'm sorry for who it was, and I'd like to give you the credit, but like I said, it might have been Constructive Liberty podcast, where it's time to get back to live for fun. Make life fun. You can't live for fun all the time. You got to pay bills and stuff, but you got to make life fun whenever you can. And I think a lot of us have lost that. We dwell on those dark times, those bad times, but they'll pass. And you got to kind of drink in the good times, because you know what? Unfortunately, they pass too. Life is about things like that. We're going to have our ups and we're going to have our downs. And you just have to keep going. I mean, sometimes you don't want to, but you know what? You just do. You have to, because it'll get better. As long as you put your foot forward, it's going to get better. As I've talked about before, I have gone through a bit of depression. When my mother passed away, it hit me really hard, and it's been hard to come back from that. But I think I have. I think I'm doing pretty good. It's just when you lose somebody in your life that was one of the few people who just got you, who just knew exactly how things with you worked, it's hard. But you move on. You know what? You find other people that get you. Sure, you're going to find some that when you say your ideas, they look at you like you're crazy and should be locked up. Just leave those guys alone. Go with the people that go, wow, that's a great idea. But back to the Gypsy Blood. You know what? Get out there. Do what makes you happy. Since it's been so muddy, I've really been wanting to go and hike every day. Just a quick little walk. If you watch my videos, there's a place around Shank Lake here in Findlay, Ohio. And I'd kind of like to go walk that, maybe daily, maybe every other day or something. Just to get out, get some fresh air, get around nature, because I'm at home. And yeah, I have animals out back, but it is a little bit different, than nature. It's actually responsibility, because you're responsible for those animals to keep them happy, healthy, and wise. But, I go from my house into a car ride, into work, back to my house, to sleep, and then do it all over again. And you just have to make more. You have to get out there and do stuff. Otherwise, it's going to eat you up. Oh, here's Squeaky. It's going to eat you up, you know. And then you get this feeling, and if you don't do anything about it, it gets bad. You know, you can actually get more depressed. So my win, my out, is I need to get out and walk more. Hopefully the mud subsides and I can actually get out. Because the city park is nice. If you've seen the waterfall on the Blanchard River, I've put some videos out on here in Findlay. It's nice, but it's also in the heart of Findlay. So you get to hear horns, semis, and there's a lot of other people. I really prefer to be with nature alone when there aren't that many people. That's why it was kind of nice the days I did go out there. You know, I passed just a couple people every once in a while. So we all need to work on letting our gypsy blood go and see where it takes us. You know, the adventure may be one you've had before. That's okay. If you enjoyed it, go do it. Go sit by the water. Go, you know, just think about things while you sit by the water. Or think of nothing. I'm not too good at that. My mind always wants to go 100 miles a minute. But whatever is yours. If you like horses, go hang out with your horses or somebody else's horses. You know, if you're in the city and you want to do that, guess what? There's probably a lot of farmers. And if you said, hey, could I come hang out with your horses for a little bit? How about I, hold on a second, puppy's getting inside. How about I clean out some stalls or help you out a little bit and get you some horse time? Yeah, you're going to have to do a little bit of work, but then you get time with your horses and you get away from the things in the city. You know, I mean, there's plenty of outs, and sometimes we're so wrapped up and involved in, woe to me, what's going on, that we don't see we actually have options. We can actually do things. So let's work on that. Let's work on finding our options, finding the ways we can do things. There's the dog shaking because they're playing. You know, let's just look for the best. Let's try to do it. I think it is Constructive Liberty that says at the end of his podcast, do something good. If you haven't checked him out, check him out. He's pretty inspirational. He's a good listen to. All right, I think that's it for this episode. Hopefully it wasn't just ramblings. Hopefully you got something out of it. And hopefully maybe it made you a little happier and brought some light to your life. I mean, isn't that what we're all supposed to do? Make it life good for us and for other people? Okay, thanks for joining me on this one. Hope you'll listen to the next one. And remember, stay alive out there and keep on surviving.